Okay, back to it. Now, what Keith is going to do with our Sea Lifesaver is he's going to put it back together step by step. So, if you pay close attention to this part of the video, this is actually where you come in. Because, in reality, this is where you would be putting a Sea Lifesaver together once you replenish or buy a new one. Okay? Pay attention. Alright, so, first thing he's going to do is going to initiate the liner, which has holes perforated inside each one, and you'll find them as you go along. Okay, there's little knobs that stick out here, rivets, in engineering terms, knobs another, whatever you want, pegs, and this is where you match these holes up to that particular liner that you're going to be using. Okay, and only a Sea Lifesaver liner will fit this basket. Very important. So as he's installing this, he's going to go to the next phase, which he's going to then put the media back inside the pillow. And once he does that, he's going to then be ready to install this basket back inside the catch basin. You will not be putting the last basket until you install the basket. Okay, and we'll show you why. So, then we're going to take the media and the polisher, which comes in that pillow form, buy them 12-go bag. And that is going to be thrown in there any way you like it. The pillow can go first, the polisher can go first, vice versa, however it has you. But you will make sure that both are initiated underneath that last strainer, basket, secondary basket, whatever you want to call it. Okay, it's the Sea Lifesaver secondary basket. But before Keith puts that inside there and shows you how easy that is to do, he's now going to take this, or I'm going to take this basket, and I'm going to show you how to take it out and install it into a catch basin. And this is truly the only way to take them in and out. I engineered this, and if you try to do it through your, I call it your full moon holes there, you may tend to cut the tip of your finger off and or hurt yourself in any way, and we don't really try to endorse that habit when installing and using the Sea Lifesaver, so pay attention. You're going to reach your body down. Now, I made these baskets and engineered them so dynamically, no matter what you do, you're going to have to bend over and use your knees. You can't hurt your back. I mean, you can, but you shouldn't. All right? You're going to bend over and you're going to take your hands, put them inside the basket, and anywhere inside the bottom of this ledge is big enough so that a person's hands can pull them up this way and or this way, in or out of the catch basin. Go ahead and try it, Keith. He, the same, he's going to pull it in, and he's going to put it out the same way. And it's truly the only way to get it in and out of the catch basin. So, very important step. Once he gets that into the catch basin, he's going to then initiate the last part of the insert, which is the strainer, the maple tree leaf catcher, or whatever you want to call it. The last part of the Sea Lifesaver, he's going to drop it right inside, and it should just drop right inside because it's already ready to go. And now, inside the catch basin, the last thing he does is insert the basket. The first thing you do when it comes out, you pull the basket out. Last thing you do when you put it in, put the basket in, okay? Off, on, in, out. Alright, vice versa, same thing with the round. They're made exactly the same way. Alright, so now we're going to talk about one of our famous products here. This is called the Sea Lifesaver pipe sock. Now this pipe sock was actually engineered by the help of another colleague of mine. Her name is Bianca Perez, aka Lucas. She is also writes programs, and she is marketing one of our newest divisions right now. Just a secret, shh, can't tell you yet. And she literally put this together overnight. This isn't an ego factor because most of you know me. I don't deal with ego. I was amazed, and it's hard for me to be of that when I am a scientist that deals in theory and the future, not the past. So this pipe sock was put together that had problems in flow. We corrected that now. So this is the main part of your BMPs. This allows your rooftop to drain into a filter. Now, same thing, same theory, no basket, but it drains to outfalls to catch basins, pre, post, and final, schools, parks, outfall pipe, you name it, we do that. This handles it beautifully. 500 gallons a minute, overflow, without a puncture, it flows beautifully. Okay, at its absolute, meeting its enemy, the contaminant at the end of the pipe sock. Alright, one of the reasons why this pipe sock was added to this family of Sea Lifesaver products is because of the new regulation, which is rooftop. We have found that zinc is a very big problem with rooftop because of its accumulation, lack of maintenance, debris, erosion, air pollution, dust, sediment, transparencies, in its dry or wet form, you name it. Okay, this was proven to be, by laboratory results, one of the better products that we've added to the Sea Lifesaver family. Okay, so once this is all added to the facility, whether it be residential, commercial, industrial, you then begin step 2, which is to sit down with the customer, to develop with the customer a program that meets and exceeds their regulations and what they are supposed to do to stay in compliance with storm water. Anything that has to do with stormwater permitting, a permit, bylaws, city swamps, sweeps, manuals, regulations. This is the first part of that. Now, one of the reasons why, Keith, can you do me a favor? Is there a sausage room over that? Would you grab that in that grate? One of the reasons why all of this was developed back in the, no, it's way over there. I pulled a grate out and the donuts go around it. One of the reasons why most of this product was developed was because of the fact that I myself, for many years, have grown up in the industry as a laborer. I belong to many unions around the United States, from Louisiana to California to Washington to Newfoundland, you name it. I built freeways, tunnels, and bridges. Thank you, sir. Bring that grade over for me, too. And being as a laborer, I had to use every product out there, from the Dandy bags to the Ultra Tech International, the witch hat, the silk sack, you name it, we used it. Now, as a laborer, you know that time is of the essence, and it is the biggest part of our day, and dodging a yellow slip at noon. We rely on our products that our supervisors pick for us. We want them to make sure that they have the right tools and they have the right products so that our day runs as smooth as it can, building freeways, tunnels, and bridges from major international airports to major international highways, and dodging the cars and what comes with all the strain of being a laborer. And one thing that I battled was inserts, product protection, inlet, how it was formed, the outcome once it was used, the winds, the rain factors, the rain and the wind factors mixed together, snow, sleet, you name it. But each and every time those events came around as I was working in construction, there was something else that happened too. The BMPs, the product that we bought, installed, and used, they changed as well. And a lot of them didn't change for the good. And that right there taught me, it showed me that not only that I needed to become a developer and a scientist, but I also needed to concentrate on our future and our product that we're going to need in the future. Because as we grow and get older, our technology gets faster and faster. And pretty soon we will just be mere images on a screen. It'll look like we're laboring, but we're not really there. Yeah, maybe not, but it's a good start. We have to pretend that if there is a grown-up disease, 5-year-olds were left to carry on, that they would be able to be comfortable with our products, how they're installed, how they're used. And the main thing is, are they able to walk up to it and maintain it? Can they walk up to it and see what's happening, what's going on? Can they relate to their managers? Can their managers relate to the owners? Can the owners relate to the banks? Can the banks say, yeah, you're a good investment, we'll keep you around? With a Sea Life Saver you can, and I'm not kidding you. I sound a little biased, yes I am. I had some pie and ice cream on my break, so it might be a sugar high, I don't know. Anyway, what I want to express to you with our selection of BMPs, not only our responsibility in selecting them per project, but how you use them, how you embrace them, and what happens at the end of every day when the community is affected by that project, okay? Meaning what's coming out at the end of that project into our waters, all right? So, what Keith is going to do is he's going to lay down just a general grate that I stole from my driveway down the street, and that catch basin gutter, it was designed to do this, okay? When storm drain systems were invented, they were invented for two reasons. One, so we wouldn't drown, and two, so our roads wouldn't erode and wash away. They would have a controlled structure so that when this rain met our community, it would funnel, drain, and it would go to the places where we needed this recycled rainwater to go, which is our creeks and our rivers and our lakes that eventually end up in our sea, our way of life, okay? But the thing is people forgot to remember at times that nature itself takes its own course, and that we can make the most perfect products in the world, but we always have to be looking forward to the future. Here at CV Stormwater, this is what we do on a day-to-day basis. Now, I don't recommend that you not do this. I don't recommend that you practice this type of BMP, but I recommend that you pay attention to this video and understand the logic between what's good for your project, what's good for your facility, but mainly what's good for the health and safety of your people. Because without those labor, the people, you're going to have mirror images, and those mirror images are not going to make the community grow anymore. So it's very important what kind of product you pick, whether it be pre, post, or final. Pay attention. All right. Keith is taking a grate. It's a simple grate. He's going to lay it on the ground. He's going to wrap a donut around the outside of it. And the reason he's doing that is because he is going to try to prevent the one thing that the smartest engineer, I wish I was one, invented back then, which was called the storm drain conveyance system. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful product, wonderful unit. I love it. And what this does is it takes the water that comes out of the rain, out of the sky, and it prevents us from drowning. It prevents us from our towns and our cities and our streets and our communities washing away. It prevents a place to drain our rainwater to, so that we have lakes and streams and that beautiful creek that's behind us. What's that creek's name?
I think it's Seabrook.
Seabrook Creek or something like that, but it's awfully beautiful. Can you hear it? Beautiful. Anyway, when I was introduced to a method like this back in Texas in the early 89s, I was taught two things. Number one, this method was to prevent anything from going down that drain. Anything that was not suitable for drainage, not suitable for our fish, not suitable for whatever theory or mission that this particular product was meant to do, okay? Drains, again, were meant for drainage. You have people, you have animals, you have precious dogs, you have wildlife outside of you on top of these BMPs that you use. So it's very important, again, to choose the type of product that you use on any job, whether it be pre, post, or final. And what this taught me was that, yes, it's going to prevent oils and greases and some sediments from going down the drain, What it also did is it blinded off this catch basin. It allowed it not to do its job. It took away the very essence of why this piece of unit, why this machine, why this unit, this product, this structure, why it was made in the first place. And it was made to drain. It wasn't made to have things block it, because once you block it, you've created a void between this drainage, and now you have a ponded water. It allows pedestrians to not be able to walk across the street because they're walking in a huge pile of God knows what. The dogs want to drink it. And our first line of defense, to me, is our dogs. They are very important to me. They're the first to drink that water. It allows people that jog to slip and fall on them. And it blinds the catch basin altogether, leaving a pond of contaminated mess behind. Once this thing is removed, accidentally, now you've got a pure, high volume pressure of water gushing its way down that drain. That allows immediate runoff, blockage to our wildlife, our fish. It buries and pushes their eggs and their spawning far, far away. It allows complete erosion and sediment destruction, and it allows only turbidity at the very deepest, cloudest, and ugliest form that you can imagine. It leaves a huge mess of erosion behind, and a big mess of sloppy leftover insert, and bags, and donuts, and weird things. A bad way of picking a product. When you pick a product, you're going to think about a pedestrian. You're going to think about an animal. You're going to think about a fish. You're going to think about water. You're going to think about, if I had to drink that water in a glass, would I and could I? And how could I? All those things come to play along with selecting your product, along with complete liabilities and accidents. When you use an insert with a huge amount of fabric left over, the wind blows, it blows the fabric like a domino form right over the grate. Blinds it completely off. No way to get that water down there. Okay. Joggers come along, they swoop their feet underneath these products, smash their head against a parked car, and there you go. Dogs do the same. Selecting a product to BMP, CB Stormwater LLC. First line of defense. Okay? Alright. Now what we're going to do is go to step number 3. We're going to take ourselves down the hill to another part of the facility, and we're going to show you what this insert looks like completely used and dirty, and how you can make it brand new again just simply by getting on a maintenance plan. Okay? Now, again, maintenance plans are everything. If a representative comes to you and they want to sell their product to you, there's 3 things that they should be able to answer. And if you ask them these 3 things and they can't answer them with passion, then you don't want to do business with those people. Call CB Stormwater. We're the ones with a passion. Number 1, you're going to ask them this. Why do I want to do business with you? How are you going to change my business, and are you going to meet and exceed my regulations required by my statutes and where my location is, and are you going to get me well again? And if they can't answer that, then they are just salesmen selling a product, and you examine those products. And there's also one more thing that I'm going to make absolutely clear in this video. We're going to talk about, at the end of our cleaning, terminology between products, who they're made from, do they have a patent number on them, are they a true product, and are you going to stand liability for products that are not made by companies that they should be made by? Do they fit the technology that you need in a low impact development. Now, this is just low impact development. This isn't the big machinery. On our third video, we will introduce to you above ground, big units, things like that, pump stations, oil water separators, conveyance systems, vaults that we call pump systems, pump stations, okay? That is a whole different animal than the low impact development, which is your spill kits, your picking a product, a catch basin insert. Is it fully loaded? Is it ready to go? Does the salesman know why and what you're after and what you want to do? All those factors come into play. Okay, so meet us down there. Take a 10-minute break and we'll see you soon.